Hey everyone, what's up? I hope you're all doing really great on this beautiful Thursday. I am back with another video, and I am continuing my new story series where I am sharing my story with all of you, one piece each day for the rest of this month. So today is day 3, and I'm really excited to get right into it. But before I do, I just want to really quick give a shout out to the LIU Post graduating class of 2021. They had their graduation today. And I just want to say a huge congratulations to all of you on this amazing achievement. They got an in-person ceremony, which I am so happy about. I really wish I could have been there in person to celebrate with all of you, but I was there in spirit. I'm sending my love to each and every one of you, and I am so excited to see what you all do out in the world. A lot of you I've known since your very first days at Post. I've had the honor of being your RA and orientation leader for many of you, and I've made great friends with so many of you. So, just a huge congratulations to all of the graduating seniors at LIU Post, both undergrad and, of course, graduate and doctoral. You're all amazing. You're going to do such great things, and I'm so happy and proud of you and excited for you. So, yeah, I'll always be an LIU Post shark. Fins up. So, of course, on their graduation day, I had to say a huge congratulations to LIU Post Class of 2021. All right, so now let's get back into the story, shall we? Okay, so yesterday I started talking a bit about my earlier years, kind of how I've always just felt a sense of passion and energy for life, and kind of how that's guided me to become the person that I am today. And I also started talking a little bit about how I've always felt a strong sense of empathy for other people, and I've always kind of just been able to feel what other people are feeling a lot of the time before they even tell me. So that is something that has definitely contributed a lot to me becoming who I am today. And when I was younger, I didn't really consciously realize it. But of course now today I looking back, I definitely think that that was there pretty much throughout my life. So those are some of the things that I touched on yesterday, and I also, in that same vein, talked about how in my earlier school years, like elementary, middle school, like everything up until high school, I've always just loved to get to know people. I've just always been drawn to people from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life, and I've just loved getting to know them and their stories. And ever since I was a kid, my whole life really, that's just been such a big passion of mine, is just getting to know other people. And that, I think, combined with that sense of empathy I felt, really contributed a lot to me wanting to just you know be friends as much as possible with all the other kids in my class, and just get to know everyone, um and just make sure that they know that I'm there for them, things like that. But with all of that said, I never really was the kind of kid in school who wanted to, um, be part of like a really large social circle, if that makes sense. Like I had like my one or two really closest best friends that I would hang out with pretty much all the time in school and outside of school. Of course, I would socialize, with the other kids in my class. I would talk, and everything, and that was great. I made a lot of friends that way. But when it came to like sitting at lunch or like recess, or just hanging out in the classroom, things like that, I really kind of just stuck to my few closest friends, and that was what made me happy. That was what made me feel fulfilled, and um just content with myself. And for much of my life, that was like really what I wanted out of my social life. That was all I needed. So yeah, I kind of touched on all of that yesterday, and we're kind of going to continue today. And today I'm going to talk about how that kind of evolved once I got into the middle to later years of high school, around the time I was like 15-ish, 15, 16-ish. So basically, as I got to high school, I realized that, I love getting to know my classmates. I feel like I have a lot of, friends at school, while, but at the same time, I just kind of hang out with these, usually same one or two people, same few people all the time. So, I started to think that it would be pretty cool if I branched out a little bit more and really did start to become more at the forefront of my school's social scene. I'd never really been interested in doing anything like that before that, but by the time I was in around 10th grade-ish, 10th, 11th grade, um, I started to want to do that more. And the thing about that is that I guess I'd never really given too much thought to that because a part of me subconsciously knew or felt that if the time ever came that I did want to do that, I never really felt that it would be too difficult for me to do or would be too much of a problem for me because I always did feel very accepted by my peers, by my classmates. I felt that I got along very easily with like just about everyone. I felt like I could talk to most people and be, comfortable with that. So I guess, if I felt that if I ever did want to be more, out there on my school social scene, that I would be able to do so fairly easily. The thing is, though, it turned out that that wasn't necessarily the case for me. And this is where I am still, very much in a process of, you know, introspection around what this time of my life was like, and all the different factors that contributed to it. Because there was, a lot going on. I mean, there always is in your teenage years, obviously. Like, whose teenage years aren't full of, like, inner turmoil and stuff like that? I mean, I'm sure there are some people, but for a lot of people, me included, there definitely is, a lot of that inner turmoil and stuff like that. But anyway, my point is that I started to, I guess, um, try to put myself out there a little bit more. But as I was doing that, I also started to kind of get the feeling that I was kind of alienated or isolated a little bit. And that was a very new feeling to me because I'd never felt like that before at school. I'd always felt very like accepted and included. So that was very challenging for me. And that was kind of where I started to struggle a little bit. Um, and really, I didn't know fully, even in the moment, what I was feeling, why I was feeling it, where this was coming from. All I really knew was that I felt like there was kind of a barrier between me and everyone else or a lot of other people. Now, obviously, like high schools are often very very clicky, and mine, while probably not as bad as a lot, like I don't really know, I don't really have a lot to compare it with, so I'm just kind of guessing at that. But mine, while maybe not as bad as others, definitely had that element to it, to a substantial degree. That's kind of just, I guess normal high school stuff. Cliques form, they stay together. It's kind of hard to move in or out of them a lot of the time. But I guess really the thing is, and what I kind of realized in my mind was that really it was just a matter of me, like I said, up until that point, I never really wanted to be someone who hung out, outside of school with like a lot of other kids in my class. I never really been that interested in being, that tightly interwoven in the social fabric of my school. And really the thing is, I I, I couldn't just I wasn't just about to change that overnight just because I decided that I wanted to suddenly change the way other people saw me. Um, so a part of me definitely did realize that. And I really don't think that, for the most part, my peers meant to make me feel left out or alienated. Um, I really don't think that they intended to have that effect, because I really do think that they cared a lot. I definitely see many or most of them as very close friends, and I'm sure that, you know, that's not what they intended. But, at the same time, these things happen, and thing is, it was just very hard because these were very new feelings for me to deal with back then. I was like 15 at the time, and I was just very confused, and I didn't really know even how to begin talking about it or with who. Um, and yeah, so that's kind of where my story, I guess, gets a little bit interesting, if you want to say. That's kind of where I guess a bit of the drama comes in, and we're going to be exploring a lot more of that in the coming parts to this series. Um, but for now, that's kind of where I'm going to leave it off. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be another part. So hope you stay tuned for that. Check out my TikTok series that's running alongside this on my TikTok account. All the information's in the description. And yeah, I really appreciate you watching and supporting me. Thank you all so much. More to come soon. Don't forget to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe in this video. And I'll have a lot more to share with you guys starting tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you all soon. Be well, take good care of yourselves, and yeah, thanks again. Have a good one.